Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do a deep dive into, well, the future.
The future of Instagram.
That's right, Instagram in 2025.
Yeah, it's going to be wild.
And to help us peek into this digital crystal ball, we've got an awesome report from
Future Cats.
the Future Cats.
They're an innovation consultancy, so they're kind of like the cool kids on the block, always plugged into the latest tech trends.
Yeah, they always seem to know what's coming next.
They do. It's a little spooky sometimes.
Seriously. Anyway, they've laid out some really mind-blowing predictions about Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking AI-powered tools, longer video content, even a complete revamp of your profile grid.
It's going to be a whole new Instagram.
It sounds like it.
Huh.
All right, well, let's jump right in.
Okay, so one of the, I think, biggest changes, the one that kind of jumps out is this move to what they call a tall grid.
Tall grid.
Yeah, so Instagram is going with like a 4.5, aspect ratio for posts.
Okay.
So it's basically emphasizing vertical content. Makes sense, right? I mean, look at TikTok. Everything's vertical video these days.
Exactly. And I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
What about all those perfectly curated square grids?
Yeah, I mean, people have spent years building those.
I know. Years. But don't worry.
Okay.
Instagram's got you covered.
Mm-hmm.
They're rolling out tools that let you customize thumbnails and reorder your posts.
Oh, okay.
So you can still have that visual consistency, even with this new vertical format.
So it's not like they're abandoning the whole grid aesthetic.
No. They're just adapting it. They're saying, think of your grid as a visual portfolio.
Okay.
Showcase your best work in a way that tells a story.
I like that. A visual portfolio. That's a
Yeah.
cool way to think about it. But speaking of changes to posting, what's this I hear about posting directly to the grid?
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
So is that going away? Are we not posting to the main feed anymore?
You can still post to the main feed,
Mm-hmm.
but now you've got the option to bypass it completely and just post directly to your grid.
Huh. So strategically, when would you want to do that?
Well, think about it. Time-sensitive promotions.
Okay.
Maybe a big announcement.
Yeah.
Something you really want people to see without it getting lost in the
Well,
feed.
all that noise, just constantly scrolling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of you've got this direct line to your audience for those must-see moments.
Okay, that's kind of cool. So, while we're on the topic of profile updates, what's happening with story highlights?
Story highlights. Oh, they're getting their own dedicated tab now.
Their own tab, huh?
Yeah, which is a good move for a couple reasons. First, it just cleans up your main profile.
Oh,
Makes it more visually appealing.
less clutter,
Less clutter. But second, and this is really important, it makes your highlights, like your FAQs, testimonials, key themes, whatever, makes them way easier to find.
So organization, it's all about organization.
Always. Got to be organized.
Okay, I can get behind that. All right, well, let's talk about something that's always, making noise. Reels. What's new there? I hear they're not just getting longer, but also more social.
That's right. So first of all, get ready for 3-minute reels.
3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
That is a big jump. Wow. So mini documentaries, almost.
Almost. I mean, think about the storytelling possibilities, right?
Mm.
You could do in-depth tutorials,
Oh,
behind the scenes, those captivating glimpses.
So Reels is becoming a mini YouTube almost.
Kinda, yeah. And then on top of that, they've added this new Friends tab.
Friends tab. Okay.
And in that tab, you'll see content that your friends have interacted with.
Interesting.
So it makes Reels more of a conversation starter.
Oh, okay. So you can see what your friends are into.
Exactly.
And connect with people who share your interests. That's pretty cool. But wait a minute. There's more, right?
There's always more.
They're launching a whole new app, right? For video editing.
Yes. It's called Edits.
Edits. Okay. So this is separate from Instagram.
It is. It's a standalone app.
Mm-hmm.
And it's packed with really high quality recording features, editing features. They've got overlays, even green screen.
Wow, green screen. So what's the thinking there? What's the purpose of this app?
Well, they really want to give creators, professional level tools without having to use all these third-party apps.
All right.
So you don't have to jump between 5 different things.
Right.
It's all right there.
So that's huge, especially for creators who maybe can't afford all the fancy equipment and software.
Exactly. It really levels the playing field.
So how would edits differ from just editing a reel within Instagram?
Well, okay, so imagine you're a fitness influencer, right?
Okay.
And you want to film a workout routine. Well, with edits and the green screen to feature, you can film it anywhere and then swap in different backgrounds.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. It makes your content way more dynamic. Or
Right.
let's say you're a musician, you can use edits to create like a multi-layered video with different camera angles.
Okay.
Special effects.
Yeah.
It gives it a really polished, professional look.
So it's like having a portable production studio
Exactly.
in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. But, even with all these tools, people still need to see your content.
That's the truth.
Right. So let's talk about the algorithm. What's Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, what's he saying about, getting seen in 2025?
He's been really upfront about it,
Mhm.
like really transparent.
What's he saying?
It comes down to basically three things. Watch time,
Okay.
likes, and shares.
All right. So the same things that kind of always mattered.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it makes sense when you think about it, right? Watch time shows how engaged people are. Likes show how much they like it. And shares, well, shares just amplify your reach.
So I guess the takeaway there is just create content that really connects with your audience.
Exactly. And, ditch those watermarked videos.
Oh, yeah.
You downloaded from who knows where.
Nobody wants to see those.
No, and add audio to all your posts. Seriously, it makes a difference.
Really?
Big difference. And for goodness sake, make sure your account is in good standing.
Yeah, nobody wants to get shadow banned.
Nobody. Just, create good content, original, high-quality stuff that people actually want to watch.
And like and share.
And share, yeah.
All right, so that's all pretty straightforward, I guess. But now, this is where it gets really interesting. AI.
Ooh, yeah. This is the fun part.
Instagram is working on, a whole suite of AI-driven creative tools, right?
They are. And it has the potential to totally revolutionize how we create content.
Whoa. Okay, tell me more about these tools.
Well, they're still under wraps. It's all very hush-hush.
Top secret.
Top secret, yeah. But they're calling them Movie Gen, at least for now. And what they're saying is that you'll be able to, dynamically change backgrounds in videos, outfits, add special effects.
So, on the fly.
Yeah, seamlessly. And they're talking about being able to, personalize content in a whole new way.
So, wait, hold on. You're saying, I could be watching a video and the background could change based on, my preferences?
That's the idea.
That's crazy.
It's wild, right? Especially for, businesses.
Okay.
They could create these really dynamic, eye-catching campaigns.
Yeah, that would be huge for advertising.
Huge. It's like something straight out of, a sci-fi movie.
It does. But, with all this talk about algorithms and AI, it's easy to forget that behind every, in comment, there are real people.
Real people with feelings.
Exactly. And Instagram is making some changes, especially to protect their younger users, right?
Oh, yeah, big time.
What are they doing?
So teen accounts, they're getting a whole safety boost. So default private settings,
Okay.
limited interactions with unknown adults, and automatic filtering of, sensitive content.
That makes sense. It seems like, online safety is becoming more and more important.
It really is. It's crucial.
Especially for teens.
Especially for teens, yeah.
But it's not just about, protecting teens, right? They're also really focused on, messaging, private sharing, all of that.
That's right.
Why is that such a big deal?
Well, I think it reflects a bigger trend in social media.
What do you mean?
Well, people want more intimate, personalized connections. They want to connect on a one-on-one level.
So you're saying, even though Instagram is this big public platform, they're also recognizing the importance of, private interactions.
Exactly. They're trying to find that balance.
That's interesting. So it's this tension between, the public-facing, algorithm-driven side of Instagram and then this desire for, private connection.
That's it.
Huh. That's fascinating. Okay, so for all the creators out there who are always experimenting, always trying new things, Instagram's also rolling out something called Trial Reels.
Yes.
What is that?
All right. So Trial Reels basically lets you test out your content with a select group of people who don't follow you.
Oh, that's cool.
Before you share it with the world.
So A/B testing for your Reels.
Exactly. You can experiment with different approaches, see what works, refine your content.
That's a really smart idea. It takes the pressure off a little bit.
It does.
Okay, so taking a step back and looking at all of these changes, what does this all tell us about Instagram's vision for the future? What do they want Instagram to be in 2025?
Well, it's clear that they're like all about rewarding creativity,
Okay.
fostering those deeper connections. And they want to give users really powerful tools.
So they're embracing the evolution of like content creation.
They are. They are. And they're saying, hey, the future of social media, it's about finding that balance
Right.
between public and private, between, the algorithm and what's authentic.
Huh. That's really insightful.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
It's kind of fascinating when you think about it.
What's that?
All these changes,
Yeah.
they kind of reflect like a bigger shift.
How so?
Well, the emphasis on vertical, the rise of video, this whole focus on private sharing.
Okay.
It's like it's mirroring how we're consuming information in real life.
You're right. We're always on our phones.
Exactly.
Scrolling.
And we want those quick hits,
Yeah.
Engaging content. Instagram's just adapting,
Makes sense.
to how we live now.
Yeah. It's got to stay relevant, right?
Exactly. And
Right.
by giving us the tools to create that content,
Right. Yeah.
they're making us better storytellers.
It's like a win-win, I guess.
It is.
We
Yes.
get the content we want and Instagram stays in the game. It's really interesting to think about where this is all headed.
It is.
But one thing's for sure, Instagram's not just about like pretty pictures anymore,
Oh, absolutely not.
right? It's a tool.
It's so much more.
It's powerful.
It's about brands. It's about communities. It's about expressing yourself.
Yeah.
But it's also like a constantly moving target.
What do you mean?
Well, the algorithm always
Yeah.
changing, new features, user behavior. It's like the key to success is staying, curious, informed,
Adaptable.
adaptable. Yes,
So you're saying like be willing to experiment.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try new things.
And that's where like, a deep dive, like this is so helpful,
It is.
right? It helps us understand what's happening
That's right.
so we can, stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's kind of recap what we've learned so far from this the Future Cats report.
Okay.
What are the big takeaways?
Well, we've seen how Instagram is like really pushing vertical content. They're streamlining things, giving creators more control.
Or more tools.
Oh, yeah, like that Edits app.
Right. It's like they're saying, "Hey, here's everything you need to create amazing content."
Exactly.
And then there's AI,
Oh, the AI.
like Movie Gen. It's almost hard to imagine,
I know. It's like everyone could be making like professional quality videos.
It's wild. But I mean, is there a downside to all this? Like, could all this AI stuff stifle creativity?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
It's something we have to, be mindful of
Yeah.
as this technology keeps developing.
Yeah.
But I also see AI as a tool,
Okay.
It can like augment our creativity.
Not replace it.
Exactly. It can free us up from the boring stuff.
Yeah.
So we can focus on the really human stuff.
So finding that balance.
Balance, yeah.
Human and machine.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about, privacy, online safety,
That's right.
all that good stuff.
And it seems like Instagram is, taking steps to address those concerns.
They are, protecting those younger users,
Yeah.
making private sharing better.
It's all connected, isn't it?
It is.
Like how we consume content,
Yeah.
the tools we use, privacy, safety, it's all part of this like evolving ecosystem.
The whole world.
It is. So for someone who's, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by all these changes,
Yeah.
what's one piece of advice you would give?
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like explore,
Yeah.
try new things. There's no one right way to do Instagram.
Right. What works with one person?
Might not work for another.
Exactly.
Find what works for you, what connects with your audience.
So it's about finding your voice
It is.
and using these tools to tell your story.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to, mess up along the way.
That's how we learn.
It is. That's how we learn. And, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Instagram is about connection.
Yeah.
Human connection.
And human connection is messy.
It is.
It's imperfect,
Yeah.
and it's always changing.
Always changing.
It's a good reminder that even with all the, the tech, the algorithms,
Yeah.
it's the human part that matters.
It is. It is. I think actually we need to emphasize something really important here.
What's that?
All these features, all these tools,
Yeah.
they're cool. But the most important thing is, Instagram is a platform for storytelling
Storytelling.
and good storytelling. It's timeless.
Doesn't matter what the technology is.
Here's-
If you can tell a good story,
People will
the
listen.
people will watch.
They'll connect.
So as we're, heading into 2025
Yeah.
and beyond, Focus on your storytelling skills. Think about what makes your story,
Unique.
unique. What's your message? How can you use these tools to bring that story to life?
That's it.
It's about using the tools to enhance your story, not replace it. And as we're wrapping up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave everyone with something to think about.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Given all these changes, this like rapid pace of innovation,
It's crazy.
what skills do you think are going to be most valuable for creators, businesses, on Instagram in the future?
Oh, that's a good one. I think it boils down to a few things. Creativity, obviously.
Right.
But also adaptability.
Yeah.
And a really good understanding of human psychology.
Okay, break that down for me.
Okay, so creativity, that's always going to be important.
Of course.
Right. You got to stand out, capture attention. Adaptability, well, you got to be able to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
The algorithm changes.
Yeah.
New tech comes along. You got to be ready. And then human psychology.
What do you mean?
Well, you got to understand how people interact with these platforms.
Okay.
How they consume content.
So it's not just about like what people want to see.
Right.
It's about why they want to see it.
Exactly. And when you understand that, you can create content that really like hits home, connects with people on a deeper level.
Powerful stuff.
It is.
Oh,
And that's really what drives
yeah.
engagement, success, all of that.
So yeah, technology is important,
It is.
but it's that human connection that's at the heart of it all.
Absolutely. We're getting close to the end of this deep dive.
I know. I can't believe it.
Now it's flown by. But there's one more thing we have to talk about.
What's that?
The creator economy.
Oh,
As Instagram keeps growing,
right.
it's becoming really crucial for creators to understand,
Like how to make a living.
how to build a business
Okay.
on the platform.
So it's not just about, creating cool content anymore.
Nope.
It's about building a brand,
Yes.
monetizing your influence.
Monetizing, yeah.
That's a whole other set of skills.
It is. It is. You need to know about marketing, branding, all of that.
So what advice would you give to someone who's like, just starting out, wants to build a business on Instagram?
Focus on building that genuine connection
Okay.
with your audience. Create content that helps people,
Yeah.
solves problems, inspires them, and don't be afraid to try different ways to,
Make money.
make money. Yeah. Whether it's, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, selling your own stuff,
So find what works for you
and your audience.
and build something sustainable.
Exactly. And remember, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes work.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No, it's not. But it can be done.
You can build a business
You can.
on Instagram.
You can.
That's inspiring. All right, so as we head into this final part of our deep dive, I want to leave everyone with like a really thought-provoking question.
I'm ready.
Okay, so with all these changes, all this innovation,
Yeah.
what do you think the future holds for Instagram? Like, what's it going to look like in 5, 10, 20 years?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I don't know if anyone really knows for sure, but I think we can make some, educated guesses.
Yeah.
Based on like what we're seeing now.
Like what?
Well, I think we're going to see more immersive experiences.
Okay.
Maybe like augmented reality, virtual reality, that kind of stuff.
Whoa, so like I could try on clothes virtually.
Exactly. Or
Yeah.
like step inside a 3D model of a product you're thinking about buying.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Right. And I think, personalization is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Like AI will be curating content for us.
Based on like our interests.
Exactly. Our preferences.
So the future of Instagram is all about like personalization,
Yeah.
immersion.
And blurring the lines between like the digital world and the real world.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. It is. It's an exciting time
It is.
to be on Instagram.
Okay, well, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But before we do, I want to thank you, our expert,
Oh, you're welcome.
for sharing all your insights, your expertise.
It's been fun.
It has. And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this journey.
Yes. Thank you.
We hope you've, learned something, maybe got some new ideas.
Yeah. Get inspired.
And are feeling ready to, like, really level up your Instagram game.
Yeah. And we'll be back soon
We will.
with the final part of our deep dive. We'll be talking about some practical tips, strategies for success.
So stay tuned, and we'll see you then. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Instagram 2025.
The future is almost here.
It is. It's right around the corner. So, as we kind of wrap things up here,
Yeah.
I want to, bring it back to you, the listener.
Right.
What are the big takeaways? Like, what should you be thinking about as we head into this this brave new world of Instagram?
I think more than anything, remember that Instagram at its heart, it's about connection.
Human connection.
Human connection, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tools might change, the algorithm's always doing something.
Right, always tweaking.
But that basic human need
Yeah.
to connect,
Yeah.
to share, to build community, that's not going anywhere.
It's a good reminder that even with all the fancy tech, it's still about people.
It is.
Yeah.
So as you're, navigating Instagram in 2025, even beyond,
Yeah.
remember to be authentic.
Okay.
Be curious about your audience and create content that really sparks those connections.
So it's not just about vanity metrics.
No.
It's about building those real relationships.
Yeah.
Fostering a sense of community.
It's about showing up as yourself.
Right.
Sharing your story, the good, the bad.
People connect with people.
They do.
Not with these perfect curated,
Facades.
I think that's so important, especially now. There's so much pressure to present this perfect image online.
It's exhausting.
It is. So it's about finding that balance, right?
Yeah.
Between, putting your best foot forward, but also
Keeping it real.
keeping it real.
Don't be afraid to experiment,
Mhm.
Try new things, be creative.
Yeah.
See what works. I mean, all these new features like edits, trial reels, it's all about giving you that freedom
To play.
to play.
To, find your voice.
Yeah. And the algorithm,
Right.
it's going to reward that originality,
Okay.
authenticity.
Yeah.
So be yourself, be quirky, be different, embrace what makes you,
Unique. That's great advice. Again, it comes back to that human element, right?
maybe six.
In a world that's, increasingly driven by data.
Numbers, algorithms.
It's that human connection that really, really matters.
Couldn't agree more. Actually, you know what? I want to leave everyone with a little challenge.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. So think about one small thing you can do
Okay.
today, right now,
Yeah.
to make your Instagram, more authentic, more engaging,
Yeah.
more you.
So what could that be?
I don't know, maybe share a behind-the-scenes peek at your life.
Oh,
Respond to comments in a more personal way,
right?
or maybe even just, to take a break from Instagram if you need to.
Yeah. Mental health is important.
It is. It's all about making conscious choices,
Right.
creating an experience that feels good for you
Yeah.
and for the people who follow you.
Small changes can make a big difference.
Absolutely. And remember,
Yeah.
the future of Instagram, it's always changing.
It's a moving target.
It is. But that power of human connection,
That's the constant.
that's the constant.
Well, I want to thank you, our expert,
It's been a pleasure.
for sharing your insights for this amazing conversation.
Oh, it's been fun.
It has. And to all our listeners out there,
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the future of Instagram.
We hope you learned a lot.
Got some new ideas
Yeah. And are feeling inspired.
to take your Instagram to the next level.
Absolutely.
Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep connecting.